Number 3 might be the lucky number for Graham Faw, because that is trophy number 3 for Graham Faw as he wins here today in the PBA Pete Weber Classic, and does it in convincing fashion. And alongside Kyle Sherman, Rick Allen with you as we get ready to look through some highlights. Obviously, this was a great tournament from start to finish for Graham Faw.
Yeah, Graham absolutely dominated the match play portion, even the qualifying portion. He really never faltered out of that cut. But in the qualifying or the match play, he absolutely dominated. And then you guys saw on the lanes today, I mean, you can just watch a bowler when they're dialed in, when they're just in the zone, in a flow state, and that's what he was today. It would have taken just such a mountain of effort to beat him on the lanes today.
Let's take you through what happened today. We'll start with match number 1, and that had Hayden Stipik of Pennsylvania up against Matt Russo, and the hometown hero here.
Yeah, both bowlers looking good early. Matt getting the crowd on his side. It looked like he was gonna be the one to maybe make a run and take it home today. Getting a little love with the Brooklyn. Hayden, great game, just couldn't get it done.
We go to match 2. Russo moves along and goes up against Thomas Larson.
Yeah, Thomas, the only righty on the show today. Had the lane all to himself. Had the light mixers going early. Had both sides of the pocket really working. Was able to take down the hometown kid, Matt Russo.
And so then he goes up against the buzzsaw, Graham Faw.
Yeah, Graham is just bowling lights out. Thomas bowled a good game, but it just wasn't enough. Graham electing to go with the urethane ball, a little different strategy, playing a little bit further left than the other players, the other lefties that were previously bowling, and just dominated Thomas.
So the final match, a little gamesmanship being played by Justin Knowles warming up, and it might have affected Graham on the first ball, but then from that point forward, it was all Graham.
Yeah, we talked, sometimes that gamesmanship can help and sometimes it can hurt. And Graham saw right through it, was able to make the adjustments that he needed, and really never gave Justin a chance in that title match.
And the trophy going, the signed trophy, by the way, going to Graham Faw. And you look to see how he got here through the stepladder finals. He was able to defeat Thomas Larson and then go on and knock out Justin Knowles. And right now we have him right here on the set with that hardware. Congratulations, Graham. You have done it, and I don't know if you could start better a season. You were 3rd a week ago, and now you win this one.
No, it's obviously incredible the start I've had, and you know, these trophies are given at the end of the week, but there's so much more work that goes into lifting it, and I can't be more thankful enough to everybody back home supporting me, giving me the chance to be out here, my sponsors for absolutely making sure that I am in this position, doing the best I can be, and yeah, this win is not one alone.
Graham, you say all the people that helped, and I know as a bowler, there's so many people that goes into lifting a trophy like this. Like you just said, that smile that you had once you're able to throw the shot, once it's locked up. Just tell me a little bit of that feeling that's going through, knowing that all that work in the off season has paid off.
There's a huge wave of relief in that moment, and it gets emotional really fast, you know, because you think back to everyone that's helped you get to this point, and it all happens so fast that your mind can't catch up. You just feel the emotion. And I know there's people that I'm missing back home that I'm not thanking, but I promise I can't be here without you.
Well, think about it. Hold on. I want you to stay right here, but the namesake of this tournament is standing by with Savannah. Here's Pete Weber.
I am here with the legendary Pete Weber, Graham Faw, today, taking home the 2026 Pete Weber Classic Trophy. What did you see from him today?
I just saw determination, a man that said he wasn't going to get screwed this week, and he didn't. I mean, he went out there and he bowled really good, and he saw something on that pair that none of the other lefties saw on that pair, and he took full advantage of it, and that's why he's the champion today.
And you talked to me about how his lanes out here averaging that 281. What did he need to do in order to secure that win today, knowing he has been here all week long making this happen?
Well, the pair, the TV pair, was the pair that he averaged 281 on, and he didn't really let up today, 270, 250. So, you know, he did exactly what he needed to do to win this tournament, and that's keep the ball in the play area and take advantage of what he got.
And, Pete, what do you want to say to Graham right now?
Graham, very impressive. Thank you very much for being the champion of the Pete Weber Missouri Classic this year.
You heard it here first from Pete Weber himself. Back to you guys.
All right, there you have it. The legend Pete Weber. Congratulating you.
Look, there is no one more of a legend when it comes to channeling the adrenaline of being on the lanes and just transferring that energy into strikes and intensity. Nobody owns the lanes more than Pete Weber.
All right, he also talked about you and this pair. You were phenomenal on this pair this week. I mean, you averaged 281 when you went up against Eric Jones. People were saying that's unheard of. Nobody has seen a match play like that.
Yeah, that was a special moment for sure. That's almost a once-in-a-lifetime kind of match. I mean, Eric bowled incredible as well. I mean, every game came down to one hit, and I was just on the good side of every game.
Graham, I think I'm blaming Canada losing the Olympic hockey game last week for you losing last week. Because
yeah, emotionally.
Yeah.
I'm not sure they're happy to sacrifice it. I'm not sure they're happy to sacrifice it, but no, obviously, I'm still thankful to be in this position. I'm loved by all countries that I know of. Everyone back home in Canada, U.S., I have so many people to thank, of course.
Graham, made the show last week at the Players, win this week. We have the U.S. Open coming up next week. How are you feeling going into that? I'm sure it's pretty confident.
Obviously, I feel like I'm bowling really well. U.S. Open is definitely a more unique tournament. We bowl in a lot of different patterns. It's typically very challenging, and the best bowlers come up top. So I need to stay on my game if I'm going to have success there too.
All right, did we see some emotion out of you today? Was this what we should expect out of Graham Fall moving forward? A little more confidence on the lanes?
I felt confident today. I felt like in their key shots there I was able to make great ones in very important matches or moments of the match. And anytime you can perform in the moments that you feel it a little more in your chest, that's always a good sign.
All right, as we talked about, the U.S. Open is coming up next week. Again, Championship Sunday continues. That's right, next week as the CW at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific. We'll have the 2026 Go Bowling U.S. Open, again from Royal Pin Woodland in Indianapolis, Indiana. Is that a facility, is that a center that you feel comfortable going to?
I did make the show last year at the U.S. Open. I've had success there in the past, but the U.S. Open, it's different. It's a different beast, but I look forward to the challenge.
Yeah, you talk about a tournament that requires you to be on top of your game at all levels, and it shows your weaknesses and it exploits them pretty much immediately.
Yeah, there's no one that lifts that trophy at the end of the week that doesn't deserve to hoist it.
You have the keys to your home center. We've talked about you going in there daily after you drop the kids off at school and getting your practice in. Is that a routine that you have seen benefit you, obviously, to start this season, but something that you're going to continue on now, maybe for the rest of your career?
I mean, of course. I couldn't do this without the support back home. So I actually dropped them off at my in-laws, and she's able to watch them while I practice, and then I'll go to the gym, I'll work on things physically, and then I pick them up and I get to be a dad for the rest of the day. So I felt like it was a good balance where I got to put in the work professionally and, be with the ones I love.
The work is paying off.
And you talk about work, the grind don't stop. We have practice tomorrow.
I know, we got to start driving.
Do you mind if I follow you on the way to Indy right after this?
It's carpool.
Okay.
Hey, whatever lane he's on, you be on the same lane.
I got it. Okay.
All right. Well, we want to thank you for joining us for the post-game show. Congratulations to Graham Faw winning the Pete Weber Classic here in Missouri. Again, a reminder on the CW, 4 o'clock Eastern, it will be the U.S. Open. Thank you for joining us here on the post-game show presented by AMF, and we will see you next week in Indianapolis.